In this video, I'm going to show you step by step on how to assemble your gaming chair you purchased from COSTCO made by DPS. Now, just because it says gaming chair doesn't mean you can't use it for a normal office chair, which is what we use them for. They have adjustable armrest, tilt, adjustable headrest, and adjustable lumbar. So if you go look at a normal office chair, they don't usually have all these adjustments. So this is a very comfortable chair. I'm going to be putting together my second one, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So if you purchase one from COSTCO, follow along. We'll get this chair all set up and assembled and get you in it and on your computer station. On the top of the box, there's going to be 4 sections of packaging tape. I'm going to slice through those. And then these flaps are also glued. So when you got the 4 sections of tape cut and you're trying to pull the flap up and it's not coming, just realize that it's also glued. And then the inside flaps are also glued down as well. And once you have the top open, we're going to remove the arms and a couple other small pieces. Now you can remove this rolled up piece of cardboard and then grab this tube, and that's going to remove the lower wheel section. Now it's easier to turn the box on its side, and we're going to slide the rest of the parts out instead of picking everything up and out of the box. So inside, you're going to remove the lower seat mounting next. And now we're going to slide out the actual seat. And now we can remove the parts tray. And now the last part to be removed is the actual seat back. And now go ahead and remove all the plastic protective covering from all of the pieces. Step 1, locate your rolling base. Now this is how it's going to sit when it's on the ground, but we're going to assemble it upside down. So we're going to set that on a flat surface. You need to locate your 5 wheels and your airlift cylinder. You're going to take your wheels, insert them into the outer holes. You got to push these kind of hard. You want to make sure you line them up straight, push straight down, and they're kind of snap into place. Now once all your wheels are on, you can flip this over. You're going to take your lift cylinder, and you see how this side here is silver. You want that side pointing up. This is going to drop right down into the center. Next, we're going to assemble the arms onto the seat bottom. Now you can use the box that your chair came in, but you want to elevate the seat bottom at least about 14 inches off the ground or off the table, because once you assemble the arms, they're going to hang down like that. So if the seat bottom was laying flat, this would be very difficult to do. So you need to elevate the seat bottom, either use the box, or I just grabbed a Tupperware box. And now we're going to install the arms onto the seat bottom. Now you're going to get your tool kit with the screws. And looking at it from your direction, the screws are going to be on this left side. They're labeled J. These are the screws we're going to use to tighten up the arms onto the seat bottom. Each arm is going to be held in place by 3 screws. And if you look on the bottom of the arms, there's a sticker that says front. If you look on your seat bottom, right here it says front. So you just want to make sure this points towards the front of the seat bottom. And in a video I did a couple years ago, I mentioned I put Loctite thread locker on all the threads when I did an assembly video. Well, they must have listened or saw my video, because these come pre-installed with Loctite. So we don't have to do that anymore. So once you tighten down these screws, they're not going to get loose. You're going to install your 3 screws, and we're only going to hand tighten the 2 outside ones on both arms. Once it gets kind of snug, you just go about a half a turn. You don't need to tighten these super tight. Now come back and tighten up the 1 single screw in the middle. That's snug right there. I'm going to go about a half a turn. Same with this side. Right there is snug. I'm going to go about a half a turn. Now locate your seat base. It's this large metal mechanism. We're going to install this onto the seat bottom. Now you see this large round adjustment knob? That's going to go to the front of the seat. And there's 4 screws on the bottom that's going to mount this to. And now we're going to use screw letter K, and we're going to use 4 of these. Put in 4 of the K screws by hand. Don't do any tightening with the wrench until all 4 of them are secure. You want to thread it in just a couple turns by hand. If you were to tighten down 1 screw and then work with the others, by the time you get to the last hole, it's probably not going to line up. All right, all 4 screws are in. They're down by at least 2-3 threads. Now we can go ahead and get our tool and tighten this down. Tighten these screws until they're just barely snug. So you just start to feel a little bit of resistance. They're all about even. Now we're going to tighten about 1 turn and go at a crisscross pattern. So I did this one. I'm going to come back to this one. 1 full turn. I'm going to come back to the front. 1 full turn. Go back to the back. 1 full turn. The next step is to install the seat back onto the lower seat mount. There's a metal bracket coming out of the backrest. It's going to go down into the back side of the seat mount. You have 3 screws left, and these screws are what's going to hold these 2 pieces together. If you're using the chair box to do this, you might want to grab an extra person to hold this back up while you thread the screws in. It's kind of difficult to do it while it's completely vertical. That's why I have about a 14-inch box, and I assemble these at an angle so I can do them by myself, and there's not so much weight that you need to support. Now you want to put these 3 bolts in kind of the same ways we did the base. You're going to put them in by hand. You want to turn them at least 3 or 4 threads before we do any tightening. Take the provided tool, and we're just going to tighten these up until they're snug. So I'm tightening these 3 screws. They're just snug. Now the top 2 screws, you want to tighten those first, and then the middle screw, you'll see that it's slotted. You tighten that last. So right now I'm at snug. You're going to go about 1/4 of a turn. Now we can install the rolling base onto the seat base. Now depending on how you assembled it, if you're on top of the box where you're upside down, I don't suggest turning this over and doing it that way. If you're at an angle like this, you can definitely just install like that and then flip the whole chair over. Or if you're doing this on carpet, you can set down your rolling base on carpet, flip the chair over, and can line it up from underneath that way. With this rolling base, connects to the seat base just like this. And we can flip it over. And now we can install the headrest. The part we need to install is the headrest. You'll see how it has DPS on it. That's going to go to the back. So your head is going to rest against the flat black part. Don't try to install it like this. The headrest is going to go down like this. You're going to line it up with the slot. Push straight down. It will lock in place. And that's it, guys. Your chair is assembled and ready to use. There's plenty of adjustments to customize this chair, make it comfortable for just about anyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.